Angie and I were married in 1999. As far as we can remember, we always wanted to start a family early on. Months turned into years and we were not able to conceive naturally. We initially went to see a fertility specialist, and the diagnosis was a medical condition that made it difficult for us to conceive naturally. The only solution for us, they said, was by means of assisted reproductive technology such as IVF. We decided to pursue it after prayerful consideration. However, after a few failed cycles, we realized that it wasn't for us. The physical and emotional preparations prior to each cycle were hard, especially for Angie, and the failure to conceive at the end of the cycle was heartbreaking for us. So with heavy hearts, we closed the door on IVF and prayed to God that He would grant our desire against all odds.
The years piled on until it became a decade. Our desire to have a child did not wane, and in fact, it intensified. We prayed for each other and we sought the prayers and guidance of our family and godly friends. Yet nothing happened. We felt left behind and isolated from our family and friends who started having children. Mother's Day and Father's Day celebrations were a painful reminder of our unfulfilled desire. Around the 10th year of our marriage, the Lord directed our attention to adoption. It wasn't a natural choice for us, but we took small steps toward this option. There were significant challenges along the way. There are many people in Australia adopting children from overseas. We were told that waiting times took years, and if we were lucky, we'd have a 2-year-old at best, and that our chances of adopting more than one child were very slim.
After roughly 2 years of going through the process and experiencing setbacks, God stepped in. One afternoon in 2012, we got a call from the government adoption agency requesting for a meeting. To our surprise, they asked us to consider foster caring with a view to adoption a baby boy of Filipino background who was born here in Sydney. This was nothing short of a miracle. It was rare for a Filipino kid to be put up for adoption here in Sydney. Second, we were at the end of the waiting queue as we were informed. Lastly, we were the only people in the adoption queue of Filipino background, which is an important factor in placing a child in a home. We did not know it then, but God already had planned our family. So we accepted the offer and our son joined us in late 2012. But God hadn't finished putting together our family. In late 2013, we were told that our son's biological parents bore another son. They were unable to care for the child for certain reasons. After praying about it, we applied to take him into our home. And because they were full siblings, it was favorably looked upon and approved. So you see, friends, everything that man said was impossible, God made it possible.
Fast-tracked years later, and we became part of CCF Sydney and eventually started our own D group. It was a couples group of us and 4 other couples. After a few meetings, we were surprised to discover that 3 of the couples were also going through infertility. Jojo and I realized that God placed them in our care on purpose. So, we decided to guide them, encourage them, and be with them on the journey. We tried to the best of our abilities to always point them to God's promises and remind them that God is faithful no matter the circumstances. Praying for children became normal in our D group and catch-up times. For years, God did not appear to be hearing or answering the prayers. But slowly, God started making His answers known. One by one, God granted the desire of each couple. And last year, 2021, the Lord gifted the last couple waiting in our group with a child. Jojo and I are humbled to have witnessed God work these miracles in our lives and in the lives of these other couples.
God used infertility to teach us many things about Himself, but most importantly, that He can be trusted no matter what the outcome is. We had a photo taken of the entire D group with our children last 2021. One member posted it on Facebook and captioned it, "This is what answered prayer looks like." It will forever be a reminder of His faithfulness to us. To God be all the